Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the latest career tips and insights in the tech world. In today's video, we're diving into a very exciting and fast-growing area in cybersecurity, third-party risk management, TPRM. If you've been thinking about starting a career in cybersecurity but aren't sure where to specialize, this is one field that offers tremendous opportunities. So what is third-party risk management and how do you break into it? Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What is third-party risk management, or TPRM for short? In simple terms, TPRM is all about identifying and mitigating the risks that come with working with external vendors, suppliers, or partners. These third parties often have access to a company's sensitive data, systems, or infrastructure, which can introduce cybersecurity risks if not properly managed. For example, think about a cloud service provider that stores company data, or a contractor that develops software. If these third parties have weak security measures in place, they can become an entry point for cybercriminals. TPRM focuses on assessing these risks and ensuring that third parties are compliant with security standards to protect the organization. Now you might be wondering, why is TPRM so important? Well, with the growing reliance on external vendors in today's interconnected world, the risk of data breaches and cyber attacks is higher than ever. Many of the biggest data breaches in recent years were linked to third-party vulnerabilities. Think about companies like Target, where hackers gained access to their systems through a third-party HVAC vendor. These incidents can cause massive financial losses and damage a company's reputation, which is why TPRM is a top priority for businesses across all industries, especially in highly regulated sectors like finance, healthcare, and government. Now that we know what TPRM is and why it's important, let's talk about what professionals in this field actually do. As a TPRM professional, your role is to 1. Assess vendor risk. You'll evaluate third parties to determine the level of risk they pose to your company. This could involve reviewing their security policies, conducting audits, or sending out questionnaires to ensure they meet security standards. 2. Develop risk mitigation plans. Once you identify risks, your job is to develop strategies to mitigate them. This could mean recommending stronger security controls, setting up contractual agreements, or implementing continuous monitoring of the third party's systems. 3. Ensure compliance. You'll ensure that third-party vendors comply with industry regulations and cybersecurity standards like GDPR, HIPAA, or ISO standards. This is particularly important for companies handling sensitive data. 4. Collaborate with different teams. TPRM professionals often work closely with legal teams, procurement, IT, and compliance departments to create a holistic approach to third-party risk management. Okay, so what skills do you need to start a career in TPRM? 1. Cybersecurity knowledge. Since this role is rooted in cybersecurity, you'll need a strong understanding of security principles like encryption, firewalls, and vulnerability assessments. Knowing cybersecurity frameworks like NIST, ISO 27001, and SOC 2 is also a huge plus. 2. Risk management. Risk management is at the core of this field. You should be able to assess and prioritize risks, develop mitigation plans, and communicate these risks effectively to non-technical teams. 3. Analytical thinking. The ability to analyze complex data and identify potential vulnerabilities is key. You'll need to review technical reports, evaluate security practices, and make informed decisions about how to handle risk. 4. Communication skills. Since you'll be working with various teams and vendors, strong communication skills are a must. You'll need to explain risks and recommendations in a way that both technical and non-technical stakeholders can understand. 5. Attention to detail. A small oversight in security can lead to big problems, so being detail-oriented is essential in this line of work. Now the big question, how do you get started in third-party risk management? Here are the steps you can take. 1. Get a strong foundation in cybersecurity. Start by building your knowledge of cybersecurity. This could mean earning a degree in cybersecurity, computer science, or information technology. You can also take online courses to learn the basics of network security, encryption, and threat modeling. 2. Earn certifications. Certifications can make you stand out in the job market. 2. Some useful certifications for TPRM include Certified Information Systems Security Professional, CISSP, Certified in Risk and Information Systems Control, CRISC, Certified Information Security Manager, CISM, Certified Third-Party Risk Professional, CTPRP. 1. Gain experience in cybersecurity or IT. Before specializing in TPRM, it's helpful to get some hands-on experience in general cybersecurity, IT, or risk management roles. This will give you the foundational knowledge you need to succeed in TPRM. 2. Specialize in vendor management or risk assessment. Many people enter TPRM through vendor management or risk assessment roles. Look for opportunities to work with third-party vendors, review contracts, or conduct risk assessments in your current job. If your company has a TPRM team, express your interest in working with them. 3. Network with industry professionals. Join cybersecurity groups, attend conferences, or participate in online forums. Networking with professionals in the TPRM space can help you learn more about the field and discover job opportunities. 4. Apply for entry-level roles. Once you have a solid foundation, start applying for entry-level TPRM roles. 4. Positions like third-party risk analyst, vendor risk associate, or risk management specialist are great starting points. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before we go, let's do some practical aspects of cybersecurity third-party risk management. How to perform inherent risk assessment on the job. How do you perform an inherent risk assessment? Let's break it down step by step. Inherent risk refers to the level of risk a third-party vendor presents to your organization before any controls or mitigations are put in place. It's the raw, unfiltered risk that comes from working with a vendor based on the nature of their services, the data they access, and their overall importance to your business. For example, let's say you're working with a cloud service provider that stores sensitive customer data. The inherent risk here would be the potential for a data breach or system failure that could expose that data, regardless of whether the vendor has strong security controls in place. So why is it important to perform an inherent risk assessment? Well, understanding the inherent risk allows you to evaluate the true level of exposure your organization faces when engaging with a third party. This helps you prioritize which vendors need deeper assessments, more rigorous security controls, and ongoing monitoring. Inherent risk assessments are a key step in ensuring that your organization is protected from the potential impact of working with vendors, especially those who have access to sensitive data and critical systems, or are involved in high-risk operations. All right, now let's get to the main question. How do you perform an inherent risk assessment? I'll walk you through the key steps. Step 1. Identify the vendor's services and data access. First, you need to identify the services the third party provides and the type of data they have access to. This is a foundational step because it helps you understand what's at risk if the vendor experiences a breach or security issue. 1. Are they handling sensitive data, such as customer information or financial records? 2. Do they have access to critical systems like your organization's internal network or cloud infrastructure? 3. Are they processing any regulated data, such as healthcare information or payment details? Make sure to gather as much information as possible about the vendor's role and data access, because this will inform the entire risk assessment. Step 2. Determine the impact of a security incident. Next, assess the potential impact on your organization if the vendor were to experience a security incident. This involves considering several factors, including financial, operational, legal, and reputational risks. 1. Financial impact. How much would it cost your organization if the vendor were compromised? 1. This could include costs related to data breaches, fines for non-compliance, or operational disruptions. 2. Operational impact. Would the vendor's failure disrupt your operations? 2. For example, if a key service provider goes down, would your business be able to continue functioning smoothly? 3. Reputational impact. How would a security incident affect your company's reputation? 3. If sensitive customer data were exposed, would it erode trust in your brand? 4. Regulatory and compliance impact. Does the vendor deal with regulated data? 4. If so, there could be significant legal and compliance risks if they fail to meet data protection standards like GDPR or HIPAA. By determining the impact of a security incident, you can assign a risk score that reflects the severity of potential consequences. Step 3. Assess the likelihood of a risk event. Now, you need to evaluate the likelihood of a risk event occurring with the vendor. Some key questions to ask include: 1. Does the vendor operate in a high-risk industry, e.g. financial services, healthcare? 2. Has the vendor experienced previous security incidents or breaches? 3. Are there known vulnerabilities in the vendor's technology or systems? The likelihood score will depend on the vendor's history, industry risk levels, and the sensitivity of the services they provide. A high likelihood vendor might be one operating in a highly targeted industry, like financial services, or one that lacks strong security practices. Step 4. Calculate the inherent risk rating. Now that you have a sense of both the impact and likelihood of a security event, it's time to calculate the overall inherent risk rating. Most organizations use a risk matrix to plot the impact on one axis and the likelihood on the other. 1. High impact plus high likelihood equals high inherent risk. 2. High impact plus low likelihood equals moderate inherent risk. 3. Low impact plus high likelihood equals moderate inherent risk. 4. Low impact plus low likelihood is low inherent risk. Once you've plotted the vendor on this matrix, you'll have a clear idea of their inherent risk level, which will help determine how much effort you should put into managing and mitigating that risk. Step 5. Prioritize and take action. Finally, based on the inherent risk score, you can prioritize which third parties need the most attention. High-risk vendors should undergo more comprehensive due diligence and continuous monitoring. For moderate and low-risk vendors, you might choose to apply fewer resources, but still keep an eye on any changes in their risk profile. This step helps you allocate your resources effectively, ensuring that you're focusing your efforts on the vendors that present the greatest risk to your organization. There are also plenty of tools and frameworks out there to help you conduct an inherent risk assessment. Some popular ones include 1. NIST Cybersecurity Framework. Provides guidelines for identifying and mitigating risks across different domains of cybersecurity. 2. ISO 27001 offers a comprehensive approach to managing information security risks, including third-party risk. 3. Risk assessment platforms. Tools like BitSight and Security Scorecard can help you assess third-party cybersecurity risk by providing real-time data on a vendor's security posture. Inherent risk assessment is a critical part of third-party risk management. It helps you understand the raw risks before any controls are put in place. By following these steps, you can ensure that your organization is well prepared to work with third-party vendors while minimizing exposure to cybersecurity threats. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now that we know how to perform inherent risk assessment, which is the practical aspect of TPRM, let's talk about the career outlook. TPRM is a growing field, and the demand for professionals in this area is expected to increase as companies expand their vendor and partner networks. According to cybersecurity industry reports, third-party risk management is becoming one of the top priorities for businesses, especially as regulations tighten around data protection and privacy. This means that job opportunities in TPRM are only going to grow. As for career growth, you can start as an analyst or specialist and work your way up to senior risk management roles or even Chief Risk Officer, CRO, or Chief Information Security Officer, CISO. The potential for advancement is huge. To sum it up, third-party risk management is an exciting and highly in-demand area of cybersecurity. If you're interested in a career where you can help protect organizations from external threats and ensure their data security, this might just be the right path for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more career insights. Let me know in the comments if you're thinking about a career in TPRM or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.